Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of To The Max Outdoors. Just kind of a impromptu video here today. I really didn't have any didn't have any need to make a video today. I really wasn't going to do an update on these food plots until we got into hunting season, to try to let them get a good month and a half under them and let them go well. But I got a lot of bad news to report today. My blood pressure is probably through the roof right now. If you remember in the last video that I did where I actually showed these after they were planted, I talked about six cows being out here on our property. Well, unfortunately, the cows have found every food plot that I've planted. Now, I will say that seed germination rate has been tremendous. If you look out through here, there is a lot of what I'm assuming are brassicas and wheat, rye, oats, maybe even some turnip tops. I'm not sure, but really good germination. I mean, I could not be more happy with that. I mean, that's what's keeping my blood pressure down on a manageable level right now. I'm not on any kind of medication yet, but unbelievable germination for being terrible soil and just a little bit of lime for a year and a half and some fertilizer and some what I'm gonna call pre-bagged processed seed here. You know, this is all food plot seed bought out of a bag because of my area. But daggone, I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant here. I'm gonna take a page out of my buddy Rondi from Norcar Whitetail's book. God bless America. If you have cattle, take care of them, man. I mean, I offered help to this fellow to help his cows stay where they're supposed to be, and we're 3/4 mile away from this fella, and we're on week number 11 right now, and these cows are still in our bottom, and they have absolutely annihilated this food plot. If you can see, it's all tore up, it's chewed off, they've got everything ate down to the top, and I understand the cows are just doing what cows are doing, and I'm not going to kill these cows. As bad as I want to just dig a hole down there and put them in it, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put them in a trailer and take them to a sale. I want this fella to come get them, and I'm going to offer my help to him again. But all in all, food plots did wonderful. If I can get these cows out of here, I think I can maintain them. I think this one here is big enough that it absorbed their damage. I think it'll redo itself. Like I said, we're August 19th right now, so we still got enough time. I can recover this one. My micro food plot that I had really high hopes for and got some good pictures out of, it's annihilated. I'm not even gonna put it on camera because I don't want to go back there again right now, because I'm gonna get really upset. Now, I'll put some pictures in this video here of the trail cams I pulled. All 5 trail cameras I put out last week that was on the week before's video, all 5 of those cameras have 6 cows on them, and the cows just come in, lay in here, lay back in the woods of a day where it's cool, and they're killing my stuff, man. And I put these food plots out with the intention on making it easier for Max or my grandfather or even me to be taking ethical harvest on an animal here. Max is not a big time hunter. My grandfather's not a big time hunter. So if I can keep my grandfather engaged in the outdoors and show Max how fun it is and the kick I get out of it, then I'll be able to bury him back in the woods and bury him in the mountains where I hunt. And then I just want him to gain respect for making an ethical shot, watching animals move. That was my intention for these. I don't care to come in here and kill a deer. That's not what it's about. I'm doing it so I can keep him involved, and just to be frank, it's pissing me off here what's happening. So I'm gonna make a call to the sheriff's department. I have a lot of friends that are sheriff's deputies. I'm gonna make a call, and maybe hopefully one of those guys, you know, with authority calling this gentleman, maybe we can contain this. But I can hear the bells on them. These cows got bells on them. I can hear the bells on them dinging now, and they're wild cattle. You can't get close to them. I've tried to round them up and put them in another neighbor's pasture. They just keep tearing his fence down. So I'm gonna try to leave that be right now because my blood pressure is getting up again. But hopefully this comes out on video here. you look down across it, it got really good germination. It's just getting too much pressure from the cows. That's all there is to it. Now, the camera over here, the Seymour 50, he got some good pictures. There's a couple, let's see, I'll put them in here again. There's one decent buck in this plot. There's a really good buck in the micro plot that I think I only got half of that buck, like half of his rack, but he's a 10 point that pretty short, same deer been chasing for a few years. He's probably 120, 130 inch 10 point now. But there again, the cows got in there and they've annihilated the micro one. Even on the camera in the woods over there where I put it on that really well used trail, well, they're in that water injection right away because it's got good green grass in it because we keep it cut. And it's whitetail pasture mix in them right of ways. They lay in there. There's water in there. I can't put any feeders out because those cows will be knocking my feeders down. My salt block that was in the last video, salt block's gone. They've ate my salt block. So I'm up against a wall here right now, and I'm struggling to deal with it. I want to hunt this piece of property. It's 15 minutes from my house. I can get Max here in a tree stand after school, and we can enjoy ourselves. And I really don't want to take a side of beef home with me, is all I'm trying to get at. So this week's video is going to be a little bit botched up. It's not going to be one fluid thing here. I got a double tree stand that I come up here to pick up, plus pull cards. So I'll probably pick you back up at the house. We're going to do a little maintenance on that tree stand. I did a tree stand maintenance video in the past. I'm going to go a little bit more into depth. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on it, but I just want to show you guys how easy it is to change bolts out in it. This double ladder stand that I'm taking home, it's probably about 10 years old. So all the bolts need replaced in it. It needs a good coat of paint, and it needs hands-on inspection all over the whole thing because Max and I will be sitting in it. And hopefully it's going to be right here in this food plot. This is perfect area for Max to shoot a bow out of or a crossbow out of. This is the whole friggin' intention for this thing. So stick with me here. I'm gonna try to lower my blood pressure, gather up my tree stand, and we'll pick you back up at home. Stay tuned. So here's my little herd of cattle here. Got one laying right here in front of us, big old bastard. Another one back there. Two way down there laying down, and the big old bull, he's over there in the corner. Well, you know what, that's a bull too right there. See the one there with the bell on it down there in the bottom. Can't really work the zoom feature very well on this GoPro camera here because GoPros and Zoom in the app, they decided to update and make my life a little more difficult. But anyways, anybody looking for a side of beef, I may be able to hook somebody up if I don't get a resolution here to this coming real shortly. So anyways, I just figured I'd stop and make this little video and show everybody I'm not talking about some kind of mythical creature tearing up my food plots, but it's real. Just figured I'd turn the camera on here as I'm getting the double ladder stand out of this little shed that we built here 100 years ago out of just some timber that we'd cut down. The roof's actually made out of pallets. Matter of fact, I'll just take you up there and show you. I grab the camera here. Yeah, the roof is just made out of big, I don't know what they were, 16-foot long pallets. There you go, you can see a good pallet over there. That's all it is, and that Ondora stuff is just making the roof up here. It's just some kind of quick shed that we threw together years and years ago, and it's made it 20 plus years. But I figured I'd turn the camera on because there'll probably be a snake or a wasp nest in here or something. I'm gonna have to take you all inside here. Grandpa's got this thing all wrapped up and bound up in the corner here on us. All right, so here we are inside our little shed here. I got a good feeling we're gonna find a wasp nest in here somewhere. As you can tell here, my grandfather's got this thing tied up. I don't know what he thought somebody's gonna come in here and get it or whatever, but he got some kind of big hitch knot tied in this thing. I've had people comment over the I've only been doing videos now for about 8, 9 months, putting videos out pretty good for 8 or 9 months, but I've had a lot of comments about how well this place is kept up and everything. Now, my grandfather is, he's getting up in years, and nothing more enjoyable to watch him come up here and just have a blast on the Kubota, keeping all this cut. And I will say that the majority of this is kept cut better than my house. I ain't gonna lie, but it's what keeps him active. It's what keeps him going. And as you can tell there by that tree stand, he's got it wrapped up 97 ways of Sunday there. But that's just a little proof in the pudding right there that man is OCD about everything he does, and if it's not right, he doesn't do it. It's just how he is, and hopefully I feel that he has raised me to be the same way. So if you see particular things done, and I'm kind of OCD about things, that's proof right there that I can't help it. It's ingrained in me. So anyways, I just figured I'd throw this short little clip in here. I don't see any wasp, and I don't see any black snakes, so I think we're good. We're okay, so we made it home from the property there. It's been probably about 2.5, 3 hours since the last little video clip of me getting this out of our storage shed, tractor shed, whatever you want to call it there. Just a little update there. On the way home there, I received a call back from a friend of mine, it's a sheriff's deputy. He actually went out and tried to make contact with the owners of those cattle, and he was unsuccessful. The people that owned them weren't home, but he did leave a message. So huge shout out to those guys. That's great. I know that I hate to even ask somebody to do that. Those guys got more dirt bags to deal with than that, and just all the thanks in the world to those guys, you know, for doing something like that. They didn't have to do that. And there again, I'm not trying to sue anybody. I don't want to press no charges. I'll help the guy get rid of the cattle. Just don't want them there anymore. But when I did get home here, I actually just pulled up, got on the Wi-Fi there. It's actually Tree Stand Safety Awareness Month for August. So this double ladder stand you see here in front of me has got a little bit more work involved in it than just changing some hardware out in it. So that's going to be a separate video on its own. I hate to leave this video on a cliffhanger, but I think it serves right for doing a video to show how you can repair these. I'm not an engineer by no means, so do it all at your own risk, I guess. Do whatever you're comfortable with, but there again, be looking forward to that in the next week or two. I'll put a video out here about some changing bolts, and we'll go do a little bit of welding, a little bit of painting. I just think it's good to have it out there. Maybe somebody will get an idea about it. And if you're not comfortable repairing this stuff, pitch it, and we'll go over that more in detail. There again, I'll add some pictures in here at the end, and there's actually a pretty neat picture in there of a turkey strutting. I know it was the August the 12th, turkey was strutting in front of the camera. A lot of young turkey pictures too, so I'm happy with that, but the date on my camera on some of them turkey pictures is wrong. That's all me, that's operator error. But thanks for staying with me, and stay tuned for next week's episode. Will be repairing this tree stand to the Max Outdoors.